What's going on, guys? It's Jeff. So yesterday with that update, you know, obviously I finished Atomic and Dark Aether and all that shit. All that's done. But now we have the new gun that ended up coming out. It's a new SMG. It's the GFUEL gun. Here's the thing. I found quite a few things that are broken on this game still, like even regarding camos. Like things are still kind of broken. For example, my riot shield, literally before the update anyway, I could use Dark Aether on it. Now since they added it over to zombies, I think they took it away from me because I swear I was able to equip this before. But even if you go and try to use the riot shield in zombies, there's no way to actually pack a punch the riot shield. So you have to go into the game and hope that you get the like higher grade bloodlusts in order to actually continue with rounds. Also, for whatever reason, when you think of a riot shield in zombies, you would think that that would be like really strong, super OP, but it's actually not. You actually don't block anything with it. In zombies, when you stand there, prop it up, stand still, crouch, whatever with it, you still take damage no matter what. They just hit you. Now, it might be reducing damage, maybe? I don't know. Seems like these guys need their long shots. I still stand by the fact that you could go into plunder. It's a lot easier. I mean, no matter what though, since everybody's kind of doing it, everyone's just competing regardless, so it's, just go with whatever you're comfortable with. Dude, the lobbies that I was getting initially using this gun, it was crazy. I had multiple games in a row where I got 100 pluses, and my SBMM started kicking in like crazy. I probably would have gotten dogs much faster if I had just like, you know, tried to sweat for like one game. Because once I started dropping kills, all the lobbies got nice and sweaty. Look, dogs right there. One thing that's real interesting about this GFUEL gun here, you actually can't see what the challenges are. Obviously, if you know what the other SMG challenges are, you could obviously just like go over, pick another SMG and just look what the challenges are. They're not like broken or anything. You can absolutely still unlock Atomic for this, or Gold, or Diamond, or whatever. But for whatever reason, whenever you go over into Warzone, you actually can't. Also, the weird thing here that on this game, for example, my Cooper Carbine, see how I have Dark Aether on it? Obviously, you can't use the Zombies camo over in Warzone. Typical. Wow, surprise. Just like the Cold War Zombies camo, for whatever reason, if it's because it's like hosted on a different type of part of the game or something like that, that makes it difficult for it to come to Warzone or whatever. The same thing happened over on Cold War with that Dark Aether, but they eventually brought it like 10 months later. This one could be the same thing, but here's the thing. I have Dark Aether for it. Typical that you can't use it on any gun over in Warzone, but obviously I do have Atomic here. I can equip Atomic, it's all good. It works fine. But if I go over on the Warzone, it tells me that I actually have none of the camos at all. Like none of them. None of the Berserker, Surgical, Pack Tactic, all of it. I don't have any of the camos over there. So camos are still broken in a lot of different ways across the game. And I also feel like over time, they do like this yearly cycle over and over and over again. If they truly do believe that Warzone is the proper hub for all Call of Duty titles to just like culminate in, which I don't believe is the right thing. I feel like they should have made like an all-purpose Call of Duty, like COD Online kind of thing. I feel like that could have had at least less of an identity issue. I can go and use, you know, Atomic on a lot of the weapons that I like over on Warzone, but the Cooper Carbine, for example, is actually a pretty good gun that I believe recently actually got a buff, but I actually can't use any of the camos. So that's like really disappointing and basically makes it so I don't even want to use the gun at all. I'll just use something else. How cool it would be to be running like a Damascus with like an Atomic combo, like one of them's moving, the other one isn't, or like have a thing where you can get like, it made me say eventually like for Vanguard they add Dark Aether to Warzone, the green one. I wonder if it would look any different over on Warzone. I wonder if it would actually look better. Would it have maybe a bit more of a glow to it or something? I don't know. Are they even going to add it? That's the question. Part of me feels like the game is gonna be like, people are just not gonna be asking. So over on Cold War, a lot more people were obviously playing the game than, you know, there are people playing right now for Vanguard, right? It was very obvious for a lot of people that, hey man, I went and did the zombies grind. I want to be able to use Dark Aether over in Warzone. But people didn't really do that as much, nearly as much over on Vanguard, because less people are playing it, less people grinded it, less people have playtime in it. So there are actually going to be less people that even care or even notice that you can't even use this camo in Warzone. That's something they're gonna have to fix. That's something that should be possible. If you're adding zombies camos to the game, why are they not like across everything? It makes people that grind zombies feel like alienated. It's weird. They're just things that are obviously still broken. I'm basically done. Like, I don't feel shit. You know, I actually did a video on God of War one time. I don't think I want to do like an entire playthrough, but I did one video on God of War and the devs like really enjoyed like my video on it, and they were asking me to do more. I never did like an entire playthrough because I knew it would take like a really long time. I mostly just showed and commentated over top of like the cutscenes and things like that actually have context and interesting points other than me just hacking and slashing. So even if I did do a playthrough of it, right, I would have to like, it wouldn't be like a full-blown real playthrough because it's just, there's so much extra shit in between that I would just chop out, and it would just, I don't know. It is coming out on PC though, and it doesn't mean that I won't play it. I just don't know if I'd make videos on it. Lexus got these new glasses. These are the cutest fucking things ever. Dude, what was it? FaZe ended up posting a picture of me like having the atomic camo unlocked or whatever, and they're like, he's done it. It was just like a celebratory thing. By the way, thanks to everybody that like, you know, congratulated me on that and shit like that. But obviously it's just a camo, it's just a grind or whatever, but it takes a lot of time and everybody recognizes that, so I appreciate you guys. But there are people that are like, I wonder how Alexis feels about him raging and taking all this time to grind for this shit. It's like, dude, okay, well, you must have never watched any of her content before. If you think that that woman is not competitive or like has rage or anything like that, you just never watched or learned anything about her. This household stays passionate in gaming. If you think I'm the only one that's screaming in this house, it's actually crazy. Us as players can complete the game faster than the devs can. Was it Call of Duty actually recently put out a picture over on Twitter that said, hey, we're fixing the game. We're like still employed and we're still like working on things, but we're gonna fix the game, don't worry. Because now people are starting to throw like real mean shit out there and words that they don't like, where they're like, oh bro, you guys are scamming us because you're selling people like Modern Warfare 2019, for example, for the full whatever amount of money that it is, $60, and the shit doesn't even work over on certain platforms and shit like that. Like Xbox, I think, has a big issue or something. And while I agree that console stuff is like always gonna end up being behind, you know, PC stuff, that's just kind of like how things work, it should be playable. So with people throwing those words around and shit like that, yeah, they ain't liking that. Now, I don't know if that means necessarily they're gonna go back and actually fix Modern Warfare 2019 or whatever, but obviously that's not the only thing that's broken. There's just a lot of issues over on Warzone, over on certain consoles. Modern Warfare is broken in its own way. I think Cold War is in a decent state, is it? How is it over on like Xbox? I assume Xbox is like having the most issues for some reason. I don't know if it's a little bit of like exclusivity favoritism or something, but you can certainly twist it that way and it won't sound good. Wait a minute, do I have this Lewis guy like leveled up now? He's level 20. Why don't I have like his finisher thing? Oh, because this oh yeah, I'm not paying for it. Yeah, these ones are headshots. Forget what that one is. These ones are 5 kill streaks. This is long shots. This one is close range. I've done so much of this shit that it just feels automatic at this point. I'm gonna go on Warzone today, but I'm leveling this well gun anyway, but it sucks that I'm gonna go through, level this thing up all the way to 70, do the challenges. Also, I believe the final 3 challenges, I was told this, I don't know if it's true, but Metaphor, he ended up actually unlocking it literally hours after it was out. These last attachment challenges that usually you need to have like a certain combo of attachments or whatever, you literally only have to get 1 kill. And I don't even think you have to actually change the attachments. It's weird. They just automatically count. So that shaves off a shit ton of time for this well gun to actually whatever. Now, again, I don't know if they're gonna fix it now that I said that. I already know how they are with fixing things and preventing us from making progress any faster. We know how quickly those get fixed. If there's anything that benefits the player in any kind of little way at all, you bet that they're gonna end up, quote, fixing it. Their idea of fixing it. We spent the last 2+ months waiting for that fucking camo to get fixed. At this point, I don't care what anybody does to get their camo. I don't give a shit if anything is skipped. I don't give a shit if anything is glitched. You guys have had it fucked on us for the last 2 months. I do love the fact that Flak Jacket is actually doing something now. I don't feel like popping a double XP token at the moment because I just know it's gonna be wasted since I'm not gonna utilize the full thing before I'm done recording. So I'm gonna go through this, unlock it and everything, and still not be able to use it in Warzone. Obviously, they'll be able to fix it. They will eventually, but in terms of bringing this Dark Aether into Warzone, that's a whole other conversation that I feel like most people, since they don't have it, they don't want to mention it now. I'll mention it. Vanguard Dark Aether, by the way. I need to simplify that. Add Vanguard Dark Aether to Warzone. Add Vanguard Dark Aether to Warzone. Add Vanguard Dark Aether to Warzone. Actually, kind of difficult to say quickly. When does that God of War shit come out on PC? Regardless, I'm gonna play it myself, and then maybe I will make a video on Ragnarok. God of War release date. PC. Oh, it comes out tonight. Tomorrow. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe I'll play that myself. I suggest you go and check out that God of War video from like 3+ years ago, by the way. I enjoy that video. I genuinely enjoy the video myself, so I'm gonna go grind this. Thank you guys so much for all the love and all the congrats and tweets and all that shit, all the interactions and whatever. Just thank you guys so much for that, and yeah, it's been Jeff, guys.